Somewhere right now, an ordinary person is watching their portfolio do something extraordinary. Not because they were lucky. Not because they had insider information. Not because they were born wealthy. But because they made one decision at the right moment, in the right cycle, with the right asset. History has shown us, time and time again, that the period surrounding Bitcoin's halving is one of the most powerful wealth creation windows the financial world has ever produced. And right now, that window is open. In this video, we are going to walk through 5 altcoins that analysts, on-chain data, and historical cycle patterns suggest could transform a modest $1,000 investment into $100,000 before this halving cycle closes. Stay with us, because what you are about to learn could change the way you think about money forever. Let us start with some important context, because understanding the environment we are in is just as important as knowing which coins to watch. Bitcoin undergoes what is called a halving approximately every 4 years. During this event, the reward that miners receive for processing Bitcoin transactions is cut in half. This reduces the rate at which new Bitcoin enters circulation, creating a supply shock that has historically triggered massive price increases across the entire cryptocurrency market. But here is the part most people miss. Bitcoin is never the biggest winner during these cycles. The real gains, the life-changing, jaw-dropping returns, tend to come from smaller, lesser-known coins called altcoins. During the 2017 bull cycle, altcoins like Ethereum rose over 9,000%. In the 2021 cycle, coins like Solana gained more than 11,000% from their lows. Stories of $10 investments becoming tens of thousands of dollars are not myths. They are documented historical events. Now, we are not here to promise you guaranteed results. Every investment carries risk, and cryptocurrency is one of the most volatile asset classes in existence. What we are here to do is give you the tools, the research, and the reasoning to make informed decisions. These 5 altcoins have been selected based on technology strength, market positioning, community development, on-chain data, and their historical behavior during previous halving cycles. Let us begin. The first altcoin on our list is one that does not always get the headlines it deserves, but quietly sits at the foundation of almost everything happening in decentralized finance. That coin is Chainlink, trading under the ticker Link. Here is the thing about blockchain technology that most people do not fully understand. Blockchains, by design, cannot communicate with the outside world. They cannot check today's stock prices, they cannot verify weather data, they cannot confirm whether a payment was made in the real world. They are essentially closed systems. Chainlink solved this problem. It built what is called a decentralized oracle network, which acts as a trusted bridge between blockchain smart contracts and real-world data. Think of it as the internet connection for the entire blockchain ecosystem. Every major DeFi protocol, every smart contract platform, every blockchain-based insurance product, and even major financial institutions that are beginning to explore blockchain technology need what Chainlink provides. And the numbers back this up. As of its most recent data cycle, Chainlink has secured over $20 trillion in transaction value across its lifetime. It is integrated with over 1,500 projects across more than 20 blockchains. Now, why does this matter for the current halving cycle? Because as Bitcoin rises and the broader crypto market heats up, decentralized finance activity explodes. More transactions, more smart contracts, more real-world data requirements means more demand for Chainlink's infrastructure. During the 2021 bull run, Link rose from under $2 to over $50, representing a gain of more than 2,500%. If Chainlink were to replicate even half of that performance from its current position, the returns would be significant. With a $1,000 entry, a move of that magnitude would push that investment well into 5-figure territory. The infrastructure play is often the safest bet in any technological revolution, and in the blockchain world, Chainlink is the infrastructure. The second altcoin on our list sits at the intersection of 2 of the most powerful technological megatrends of this decade: artificial intelligence and decentralized computing. That project is the Render Network, trading under the ticker Render. Here is the problem it is solving, and once you understand it, you will immediately see why this project has explosive potential. Rendering, which is the process of turning digital designs into finished visual output, requires enormous amounts of computational power. Whether it is a Hollywood studio creating a blockbuster film, a game developer building a virtual world, or an AI company training visual models, the demand for GPU computing power has reached historic levels. The challenge is that most of this power sits idle in computers around the world. People own high-powered graphics cards and only use a fraction of their capacity. Render Network built a decentralized marketplace that connects those who need GPU power with those who have it sitting unused. Creators pay for rendering services using the Render token. GPU owners earn tokens by contributing their idle processing power. This is the sharing economy applied to computing infrastructure, and it is growing rapidly. The expansion of generative AI, virtual reality, and the metaverse means that demand for rendering power is not slowing down. It is accelerating. Render Network has partnerships with major players in the Hollywood production ecosystem and has seen consistent growth in network usage. In the 2021 cycle, Render climbed from under 50 cents to over $9, a return of over 1,800%. More importantly, the use case has grown significantly since then. The integration of AI workloads into the platform means the addressable market is now orders of magnitude larger. For someone willing to take a position in the infrastructure of the creative and artificial intelligence revolution, Render offers a compelling case. The third altcoin on our list is one that is quietly building what many in the crypto space believe is the most powerful decentralized finance ecosystem in existence. That project is Injective Protocol, trading under the ticker INJ. To understand why Injective is positioned for explosive growth, you need to understand what it is trying to replace. Traditional financial markets, the ones that control the movement of trillions of dollars in stocks, bonds, commodities, and derivatives, are controlled by a small number of powerful institutions. They decide who can access these markets, what fees are charged, and how trades are executed. Injective is building a fully decentralized alternative that allows anyone in the world to trade financial products, including stocks, commodities, cryptocurrency derivatives, and custom assets, without a central authority controlling the process. Unlike most blockchain platforms that use a general-purpose infrastructure, Injective was built specifically for financial applications. It processes transactions at blazing speed, charges minimal fees, and is interoperable with multiple major blockchain ecosystems including Ethereum and Cosmos. The results of this specialized approach have been impressive. Injective has consistently ranked among the fastest-growing blockchain ecosystems in terms of developer activity and total value locked. During the last major bull cycle, INJ went from under $1 to over $40, representing gains of over 4,000%. What makes the current cycle particularly interesting for Injective is the growing narrative around decentralized finance finally going mainstream. As regulatory pressure increases on centralized exchanges worldwide, platforms like Injective that offer decentralized alternatives stand to capture significant market share. If you believe that the future of finance is open, borderless, and decentralized, then Injective sits right at the center of that future. The fourth altcoin on our list addresses what has been the single biggest obstacle to Ethereum becoming the financial backbone of the internet. That problem is cost and speed. And the project solving it is Arbitrum, trading under the ticker ARB. Here is the challenge. Ethereum is the most widely used smart contract platform in the world. Billions of dollars move through it every day. But during periods of high activity, transaction fees can skyrocket to the point where small transactions become economically unviable. Sending $20 of value and paying $15 in fees is not a sustainable model for mass adoption. Arbitrum is what is called a Layer 2 scaling solution. Think of Ethereum as a major highway that has become gridlocked with traffic. Arbitrum builds an express lane that processes transactions off the main highway, settles them in batches, and delivers the same level of security at a fraction of the cost and a fraction of the time. Transactions on Arbitrum can cost less than a cent compared to dollars on Ethereum, and they process in seconds instead of minutes. The impact of this has been dramatic. Arbitrum has consistently held the top position as the largest Layer 2 network by total value locked, often securing more assets than its closest competitors combined. Thousands of decentralized applications, including major DeFi protocols and gaming ecosystems, have deployed on Arbitrum because of its efficiency and security. During the current and previous cycles, the Layer 2 narrative has consistently outperformed the broader market. As Ethereum activity increases during a bull market, the demand for Arbitrum's infrastructure grows in direct proportion. For investors, ARB represents a bet not just on one project, but on the growth of an entire ecosystem that includes thousands of applications all paying fees and using the network that Arbitrum operates. That is a powerful position to be in. The fifth and final altcoin on our list is the youngest and perhaps the most exciting from a pure technological standpoint. That project is Sway, trading under the ticker SUI. Every generation of technology introduces a new infrastructure layer that makes everything built on top of it faster, cheaper, and more accessible. The internet had its foundational protocols. Smartphones had their operating systems. Blockchain technology is now entering its third generation, and Sway is one of the strongest contenders for that generational leap. Sway was built by former engineers from Meta, the company behind Facebook, who worked on a project called DM, which was Meta's attempt to create a global digital currency. When that project was shut down, those engineers took everything they learned and built Sway from the ground up. The result is a blockchain that processes transactions at a speed and scale that makes most existing platforms look outdated. Sway can handle hundreds of thousands of transactions per second, compared to Ethereum's theoretical limit of roughly 15 to 45. And it achieves this without sacrificing decentralization or security. But speed alone does not make a great investment. What makes Sway compelling is the ecosystem that is forming around it. Major gaming studios, NFT marketplaces, DeFi applications, and even traditional companies are building on Sway. Its programming language, called Move, is designed to make applications more secure and developers more productive, which is attracting a growing wave of builders to the platform. Since its mainnet launch, Sway has grown at a pace that rivals the early growth of both Solana and Avalanche, two networks that both achieved 1,000% or higher gains during their respective peak cycles. In a halving cycle where narrative and momentum drive extraordinary returns, Sway has both the technology and the ecosystem to compete with any platform in the market. For investors looking for the highest risk and the highest potential reward on this list, Sway is the name to watch. Before we reach our final thoughts, we need to have an honest conversation about risk. Everything we have discussed in this video represents potential. Historical performance, technological strength, and market positioning all contribute to an informed view of the future. But none of them guarantee it. Cryptocurrency markets are among the most volatile in the world. Coins that double in a week can fall 50% in a day. Projects that have strong fundamentals can underperform due to market sentiment, regulatory news, or macroeconomic shifts that have nothing to do with the technology itself. So how should you approach this? First, never invest money you cannot afford to lose. This is not just a legal disclaimer. It is genuinely sound advice that protects your financial well-being and your ability to stay in the market long enough to benefit. Second, consider spreading a position across multiple assets rather than placing everything on a single coin. If one of these 5 altcoins experiences a setback, gains in others can balance the outcome. Third, timing your entry matters. The best opportunities in a halving cycle often appear during periods of consolidation and market fear, not during periods of euphoria. Patience is a competitive advantage in these markets. Fourth, always do your own additional research. Use what you have learned here as a starting point, not a final answer. Read project white papers, follow development updates, and monitor on-chain data. The people who have generated life-changing returns in previous cycles did so not because they were reckless, but because they were disciplined, informed, and patient. That combination remains the most powerful strategy available to any investor in any market. Let us bring this all together. Bitcoin's halving cycle has historically been the most powerful catalyst for wealth creation within the cryptocurrency market. And every single time it has happened, the biggest winners have not been Bitcoin itself, but the altcoins sitting underneath it with strong technology, growing ecosystems, and the right timing. Chainlink provides the infrastructure that connects blockchain to the real world. Render Network is powering the future of artificial intelligence and visual computing. Injective is rebuilding global financial markets from the ground up. Arbitrum is making Ethereum accessible to the entire world. And Sway is laying the foundation for the next generation of decentralized applications. Each of these projects has a clear purpose, a growing user base, and a track record or trajectory that places them among the most watched names in the current cycle. $1,000, spread across these 5 assets, is not a guarantee of any particular outcome, but it represents a thoughtful, research-backed position in 5 of the most compelling technological ecosystems in the market today. Opportunity does not announce itself loudly. It tends to arrive quietly for those who are paying attention. You are paying attention, and that already puts you ahead of most people. If this video gave you value, consider sharing it with someone who deserves to know what you now know. Subscribe to stay informed as this cycle continues to develop. And drop a comment below telling us which of these 5 altcoins you find most compelling and why. The next chapter of this market is being written right now. Make sure you are part of the story. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Always conduct your own research before making any investment decisions.